1962. A man walks into an elevator. He faces forward, like normal. But then, something strange happens. Everyone else is facing the wrong way, and within seconds, without even realizing it, he turns around too. What just happened to him? And more importantly, is this happening to you right now? This wasn't just some random moment. This was a hidden camera experiment by psychologist Solomon Asch. The setup was simple. An ordinary person enters an elevator, but the elevator is filled with actors, and every single one of them is facing the back wall. At first, the person looks confused, uncomfortable. They glance around nervously, but then something incredible happens. Slowly, unconsciously, they turn around. They conform, not because anyone told them to, not because it makes sense, but because everyone else was doing it. So what's actually happening in your brain during this moment? It's called social proof, and it's one of the most powerful psychological forces controlling your life. Here's how it works. Your brain uses a simple shortcut. If everyone else is doing something, it must be the right thing to do. This made sense for our ancestors. Following the group meant survival. If everyone's running from a tiger, you don't stop to ask questions. But in modern life, this shortcut gets hijacked constantly. Studies show that when you're in a group, the decision-making part of your brain literally becomes less active. You stop thinking critically. You outsource your decisions to the crowd, even when the crowd is obviously wrong. Think about it. Why do you assume a restaurant is good just because there's a long line? Why do you trust a product more when it has thousands of reviews? Why did you buy those shoes you thought were ugly until everyone else started wearing them? Why does a post with 10,000 likes feel more true than one with 10? This is why stock market bubbles happen, why misinformation spreads, why cults form. We're all standing in that elevator, and most of us don't even realize we've turned around. But here's where it gets dark. The same experiment showed something terrifying. When actors in a group deliberately gave wrong answers to simple questions, 75% of people went along with the group at least once, even when the right answer was obvious. Like saying a short line is longer than a long line, people chose to be wrong rather than stand out. This is how ordinary people participate in extraordinary harm, not because they're evil, but because everyone else is doing it. So how do you escape this? How do you stop being controlled by the crowd? First, just notice when you're doing it. Ask yourself, am I choosing this, or am I just copying? Before you follow, pause. Take 3 seconds. Second, remember, the crowd is often wrong. Popularity doesn't equal truth. The majority once thought the earth was flat, that cigarettes were healthy, that certain people were less human. Third, practice standing alone in small ways, face forward in that elevator, order what you want, not what's popular, train your brain to trust your judgment, not the crowd's. The next time you walk into that elevator, ask yourself, which way are you facing? And more importantly, who decided? If this made you think differently, hit subscribe, because next week, we're revealing the psychological trick that makes you say yes, even when you mean no.